What's up everybody? As the nights grow cold and terrible creatures begin to appear, we draw close to what is many people's favorite Overwatch event, Halloween Terror 2020. So as I do with all upcoming events, today I'll be discussing the start date for this year's Halloween event, which heroes we can expect to get new skins, as well as what we have to look forward to regarding a new event game mode and other limited time spooky content. This is Master Ian Gamer. Be sure to subscribe and stab that bell icon if you enjoyed this video, and now let's get into it. As always, let's start with the start date. Given that the Overwatch Halloween Terror event is based on the real-world holiday known as Halloween, this event's start date is actually pretty easy to pin down. Unlike archives and summer games, which can be a bit more flexible, Halloween Terror has to match up with the date of the real-world holiday, as otherwise it wouldn't really be a Halloween event. And looking at the dates of this event from previous years, we can see that it thus far has always started on the second Tuesday of October, with the one exception being in 2019 when Blizzard delayed the event by a week in order to launch it on the same day as the Nintendo Switch version. But, you know, semantics. And so far, the schedule has worked out perfectly with its 3-week runtime to have the event end just past October 31st. So for 2020, Tuesday, October 13th, seems to almost certainly be the day this year's Halloween event is going to start. On top of that, over the past few events in 2020, we've seen Blizzard return to their old event teaser format, where they show off some of the skins on social media over the days leading up to it starting. So there's a pretty good chance that they'll do this again for Halloween Terror. We don't know just how many skins will be shown off early or exactly when Blizzard will start teasing them, but it's safe to assume based on past trends that they won't start teasing the event any earlier than about a week ahead of time. So October 6th is the earliest we can expect to see official teasers for the upcoming event. Moving on to cosmetics though, which heroes can we expect to be getting new skins this time around? Well, there's only two ways of finding out, and since kidnapping and interrogating Jeff Kaplan is a real hassle, we'll have to go with option B and take a look at the hero skins chart. Now, I know this simple schematic is easy to comprehend even at just a glance, but I'm still gonna explain it real quick. In the leftmost column, we have every hero, followed by each event going as far back as the last time each hero got a loot box legendary skin, followed by a tally of all loot box legendary skins prior to that, their total number, time since the last one, number of events for which they've been in game, and finally, a probability score based on these stats. And as a side note, this chart only tracks loot box legendary skins, which are skins obtainable out of base or event loot boxes. Non-returning and other exclusive legendaries are not factored into the probability of any given hero getting something new. And the epic skins are there just to give an idea of when heroes got epic skins. Alright, now that I've explained the chart, who's going to get a new legendary skin this year? Right off the bat, we have a usual suspect in our midst who hasn't gotten a new loot box legendary in nearly 2 whole years. And that's Symmetra. I don't know what it is about Sim, but Blizzard just always seems to have it out for her. Not only does she have an overall low number of legendary skins, but her last one, which wasn't locked behind a massive paywall, was all the way back in the 2018 Winter Wonderland event. So she's long overdue for a new one. After Symmetra, we have Bastion, who's also gone quite a while without a new loot box legendary. Following Bastion is Reinhardt and Soldier 76 with moderate likeliness to get new skins, and Orisa, Winston, and Genji also making the list as being somewhat likely. Now, on top of the data provided from this chart, I also want to consider the heroes who so far don't have any Halloween epic or legendary skins, which are Brigitte, Diva, Genji, Sigma, Winston, and Echo. Right off the bat, I'm going to cull Sigma and Echo from this list due to how relatively recently they were added to the game, and Brigitte as well since she's already gotten 2 event legendary skins over the past 12 months, which leaves Diva, Genji, and Winston. While the latter 2 were already marked down, I'll also now add Diva to the list of likely heroes, even though she statistically isn't quite due yet for a new legendary skin. Now, switching over to a slightly more comprehensive graphic, here are the heroes who have the best chance of getting a new skin during the 2020 Halloween Terror event. I've also marked which of these heroes may instead be getting an epic skin, which I determined based on who already has a a Halloween legendary, as well as Diva, given that she doesn't need a legendary again just yet. Keep in mind, it isn't guaranteed that all or any of these heroes will be the ones who get something, but they statistically have the best odds. Beyond just who is likely to get skins though, based on past events, we can expect a total of about 5 new legendary skins with this year's Halloween event, along with 3 new epic skins, which can be unlocked by getting 9 wins for each of the 3 weeks of the event. As a side note, the 2 epic skins from last year, as well as Sombra's Demon Hunter skin, are unlikely to return based on how Blizzard has so far handled weekly challenge skins. Aside from skins, we can expect a total of 3 new emotes and highlight intros, a new spray or player icon for each of the new skins, as well as an assortment of new hero voice lines. Echo, for whom this will be her first Halloween Terror event, is also guaranteed to get at least a new spray. But having now covered cosmetics, let's move on to what may in fact be the most exciting new content for the 2020 Halloween Terror event, a new game mode. Or probably not an entirely new game mode, but rather big changes for Junkenstein's Revenge. Over the past year, we've seen Blizzard start to spice up the otherwise dull and repetitive event game modes. Lunar New Year had Capture the Flag Blitz, Archives had the new challenge missions, and most recently, Summer Games introduced what I considered to be the most fun of the old mode twists, Lucio Ball Remix. So based on this recent track record, I'm admittedly rather excited to see how Blizzard manages to mix up Junkenstein's Revenge this year. Now, while I don't want to overset anyone's expectations, I do think there are a lot of fantastic possibilities for how they'll spice it up. One of the bigger changes they could make would be to actually expand upon the existing mode's map location. Instead of taking place exclusively outside the castle gates, maybe there'll be other locations for players to hold off against the Zomniks. Perhaps we'll start off holding the road here, and as the waves continue coming, we'll be forced back to the original defensive position. Or inversely, the mode will start off in the same location it's always been, but then we'll fall back into the castle itself as the waves continue. Or maybe they'll even add a brand new map for us to play on entirely. I'll admit, that might be a bit too much wishful thinking, but Blizzard did add onto the maps quite a bit for Lucio Ball Remix, so I wouldn't rule out map modifications for Junkenstein's Revenge as well. Another possibility would be the introduction of new enemy types. As it stands, there are only actually 2 types of default enemies, being the Zomniks and Zombardiers, with the other opponents just being different heroes and Junkrat's Riptire. So, how cool would it be if Blizzard introduced a brand new kind of Omnic enemy? Maybe something a bit more specialized, like the special Talon units we see in Retribution and Storm Rising. Or, Blizzard could even just add in another existing hero. There's a few who'd fit perfectly among the enemy ranks, such as Demon Orisa, Zhengxi Mei, or maybe even another hero who gets a new skin with this year's event. Along a similar line, they might also just make more heroes playable for us in the mode, such as including Ashe to the roster, who would be a perfect fit with Bob covering her back. However, if Blizzard opts not to give us anything as substantial even as new playable heroes or enemies, then we'll probably at least get challenge mode versions of the PvE. Basically, think of the different twists on Archives, but applied to Junkenstein's Revenge. For example, enemies can only take damage from headshots, or they explode into lava when killed, etc. While this wouldn't be quite as exciting as getting some of the other content I mentioned earlier, it'd still be a fun twist on the existing mode, which I have to admit is already pretty good. I don't know, something about just standing still and mindlessly shooting wave after wave of enemies has always been really fun for me. It's why Junkenstein's Revenge has historically been my personal favorite event game mode, and I can't wait to see what Blizzard does to mix it up this year. But that's all we've got so far on Overwatch's 2020 Halloween Terror event. Be sure to like, subscribe, hit up that bell icon, and follow me on Twitter at MasterIanGamer if you enjoyed this video and don't want to miss any of my future Overwatch content. Special thanks to my YouTube channel members who help make these videos possible, and if you'd like to join them to earn some cool rewards, then just hit that join button down below. Today's comment question: which heroes are you hoping will get a new skin with this year's Halloween event? Let me know in the comments down below. Otherwise, this is Master Ian Gamer signing off, and until next time, have a spooky day.